hello, 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 hello. Hi, I am Spantopia Rose, but you can call me Span. So today we are doing an entry into the Great Pumpkin Tap-Off of 2020, which is an ASMR challenge set up by Lynx ASMR. Go check him out. He's already got like a challenge video out, and I will put it in the link below. But basically, this is a call out for anyone who wants to make a pumpkin tapping video on their channel to do so, and it has to be a pumpkin like product, or like a fake pumpkin, a pumpkin, or like a pumpkin adjacent, like a gourd, or I imagine a turnip, but maybe Lynx ASMR, which is not his name, but Lynx ASMR may see that as not part of the rules. But anyway, go watch his video for the rules. I don't know what I'm doing, but basically you take a pumpkin and you tap on it, and you get a pumpkin tap off video. So I implore you, please, I beseech you, go check out his channel and then join in the challenge, because I love pumpkin tapping. And I think it would just make his day. Here, in case you're not sold on this Lynx ASMR character, two things. He looks exactly like this. This is an actual image of Lynx ASMR. Do not doubt me. He will agree. This is him. And also he has a great voice. So just go get the jingles off him, and then make me a video about tapping on pumpkins. So this is my pumpkin. It's a butternut pumpkin. And I got it from the store. It was trademark, the last pumpkin in the shop, the last pumpkin in the store. This was it. This was all I had. This and like chopped up other bits of pumpkin, but most of them were green, whereas at least this butternut pumpkin is orange. So without further ado, let's have some tapping on pumpkin sounds. I don't think it's pumpkin season yet. I think we still have many months. It's only the beginning of spring. When do pumpkins grow? Autumn. This is why Halloween never quite makes sense for me. Plus, we don't have candy corn. What is that? But my sister-in-law lived in Canada for a bit and absolutely fell in love with Halloween, and so she does a party every year, and it's great. I love dressing up, so we go to that, which is fantastic. So it's not completely foreign to me. I do like the spoopy. I like the spoopiness. I like silly things that like might be a little bit creepy but aren't really. I don't do horror. I don't even do like actual scary stuff. No, haunted houses. Nope. Hate that so much. But fun things like dancing skeletons. Love that. That's great. And I love pumpkins. I've always loved pumpkins. I do know that this is not a Halloween pumpkin, but it is a pumpkin nonetheless. I have experience with real pumpkins and growing pumpkins and having my own pumpkin patch. Thank you very much. But that was many years ago. I've planted a whole bunch of seeds for this year, but they haven't even germinated yet, so who knows if we'll get any pumpkins. Hopefully we'll be overrun by pumpkins, and you'll have forgotten about pumpkins, and I'll be like, look at all my pumpkins, and it'll be great. But I used to have long hair and grow pumpkins when I was a wee child. I was young, and these were great pumpkins, man. They were those green ones. They tasted amazing, and they were award-winning pumpkins. These pumpkins were like entered into the show in the town that I grew up in that town. They had a show, the Yas show, and Yas had prizes for the best pumpkins. And this girl, you got first place, that's right. Yeah, too right. And I love pumpkin vines so much. So I have a long and sordid history with pumpkins. It's not that sordid. I just grew two good pumpkins once. You know, this is a bit of a boring video. It's supposed to be a great pumpkin tap-off. So with that in mind, let's summon a wizard. But so I thought that the best way to make a good video out of this would be to summon a wizard to do it for me. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think if I summon a wizard? So how? I hear you ask, how does one summon a wizard? Well, it's very easy. I have a secret wizard hidden inside of me, and all you have to do to get a wizard to arrive is to slap your face a little. Just really, really massage that. Tap it out, tap it out. Try and get that wizard out, you know. Just try and coax it out with some pumpkin magic. Some pumpkin magic. Alright, let's try and get that wizard out. I think if we just really focus, and just... Oh yes, here it is, here she is, I see her, the wizard, the Spaniard wizard, Spanard the wizard, not a Spaniard, no, it's Spanard, it's like Bernard, but with Bernard, Spanard, Bernard, Spanard the wizard is evolving, she's coming out, she can feel her, Spanard the wizard will be here. Oh, there she is, I see her now, yes, look at the pumpkin face, you can tell through the pumpkin face that is the face, that pumpkin face, the face of a wizard. A wizard. I have arrived. It takes great power to summon one such as powerful as me. Now, what was it you wanted? Oh yes. Here I am. Somebody hath awakened the wizard. Who dares disturb? Who dares disturb my slumber? Yes, it was you. The pumpkin. The pumpkin. I'll have you know that once a wizard hath been summoned, a pumpkin-faced wizard hath been summoned. It is hard to get rid of her. She may not leave. It will take all of your courage. For a crazed wizard is not easily dismissed. A pumpkin crazed wizard. No, you can tell. You can tell. Yes, I can see that you can tell. I can see that you can tell that I am a wizard. For 3 reasons. Four reasons. Five reasons. 1 reason. 2, 3, 4, 5 reasons. 1 reason is that I clearly have a pumpkin face. I clearly have pumpkins on my face. Look at them. The second reason is that I am wearing wizard robes. Who would wear this? Who were not ancient royalty, but a wizard. I also have a wizard staff. contains all of the magic that I can harness of the forest wood and the fire that it has been hardened by. Our wizard staff is a very personal thing, much like a witch's wand. It's all about size, you know, and how you use it. So how many things was that? Pumpkin face, wizard robes, staff, 2 more. Oh, the accent, yes, yes. You can never quite tell where a wizard is from. One has been summoned from inside, yes. But where does she dwell? Inside. Bit creepy. Bit of a mess in there. Might want to clear some of that out. Span, if you're listening. No, I know you're not. Okay. So the 5th thing, you ask me, the 5th thing. What is the 5th thing that a wizard can do? The 5th thing is magic. The 5th thing is taking the pumpkin that you had and summoning a better one, because this is a store-bought, boring butternut pumpkin that is small. It is. I should stop offending the pumpkin, because the pumpkin magic will not work if the pumpkin is feeling belittled. But we would like another pumpkin. Another pumpkin. Another pumpkin would be ideal for the great pumpkin tap-off that I have been summoned here to do. Does not suit itself to one mere measly little pumpkin. Store-bought. And butternut nonetheless. A butternut, 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 a butternut pumpkin, a butternut pumpkin, 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 a butternut pumpkin, a butternut, 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 a butternut pumpkin, a butternut pumpkin. So let's get on to magic, shall we? Shall we? Shall we? Would you like that? Do you mind? Would you mind? Would you mind about some magic? Would you mind terribly if I were to summon a pumpkin from the depths of hell? Oh, it's very easy. All you have to do is have a pumpkin. Waggle around a staff a bit, maybe give it a tap. And then, Alakazam, you shall see. A pumpkin shall be summoned from the depths of the hellfire as you watch. Very good, very good, very good, very good, very good, very good. Yes, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. Watch this pumpkin. Watch it. Watch this pumpkin. I may not be the wizard with the biggest pumpkin. I may not be the wizard with the most pumpkins. I may not be a wizard. The wizard. I have my magical wizard staff here. It is made from burnt wood, because my mage powers channel nature and fire, and with my nature and my fire, my magic will produce. I will use my magic. If you cannot summon your pumpkin from the depths of hell, store-bought is fine. Now, I will make some sounds for my magical powers. My magical powers will be a combination of pumpkin sounds because we want to summon a better pumpkin. Not that there's anything wrong with you, dear butternut, but you look like you could use a break. That awful lady tapping on you for moments like that. Let me just tap a moment longer. A moment longer. My magic will come from the sounds of this pumpkin. And from the sounds of my wooden magic stick. Staff. I do not have a wand. I have a staff, for I am a wizard. I will conjure up the pumpkins. The pumpkins, I will conjure them. I will conjure up the pumpkins. The pumpkins, pumpkins, the pumpkins. The pumpkins, the pumpkins are coming. The pumpkin. I summon you, pumpkin, 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 pumpkin. Pumpkin, 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 pumpkin. The pumpkin is coming. Can you see it? Can you see it falling? The pumpkin is coming. Magic. pumpkins would be so cute. They don't teach you this kind of crafts in wizardry school. You know, I couldn't afford Hogwarts. I had to learn in the forest, me. I had to learn in the forest, I did. The forest magic is strong, though. The forest magic usually provides pumpkins of a more natural manner. A whole pumpkin patch, a pumpkin festival, perhaps. But no, my magic backfires. And I just get these wooden cutouts, artworks, if you will. Fake pumpkin, an effigy of a pumpkin. I get an effigy of a pumpkin, not a real pumpkin. No, my magic wouldn't do that. No, it's give me something as simple and basic as a pumpkin. A real pumpkin, a pumpkin better than this store-bought pumpkin. No, a hellfire pumpkin, apparently. Oh gosh, there goes the offended pumpkin. A summoned pumpkin from the magical pits of hell is apparently a fake pumpkin. Who knew? I guess we do now. At least the pumpkin, or the fake pumpkin, the pyrographied pumpkin in my peripheral vision. Hashtag nailed it. Makes nice sounds. Wouldn't you agree that the pumpkin from the depths of despair, not despair, has excellent shading. I was very happy with that magical shading that came on the back of the pumpkin. Yes. For the first pumpkin ever to be issued out of the depths of hell by my very own hands, I think it went quite well. I also adapted the magic of the colour orange to seep in, because there are green pumpkins, but there's far less iconic, don't you think? Far less iconic as a pumpkin. A lot of wizards will use pumpkin in their hashtag aesthetic, or in their delicious soups. I mean cauldron concoctions. They're cauldron concoctions, but I don't have a cauldron. Not yet. I don't particularly care for herbology or potion brewing class. I am a forest dwelling, nature magic wizard, not a gardener, not a cook. I don't know the chaos of nature, which is why sometimes, instead of getting a real pumpkin, we get an artwork instead. But that's okay, I'm not disappointed. Not much. The most disappointing thing about having an effigy of a pumpkin instead of an actual pumpkin is, of course, you cannot eat it. It's not very nice. I can't imagine a single stew that I could make with this pumpkin that would make it any good at all. Maybe there's some talented witch or wizard out there who could indeed make this pumpkin into something magical and edible, a magical edible, and it won't taste anything like wood or fire or orange. But that is not me. That is not I. It is not I. Where are you from, magical wizard? I hear you ask. Good question. I think I myself am from the depths of foresty hell. Why is the forest in hell? Surely a forest is never bad. I can imagine no end cruel enough to end up in hellfire. Treebeard would certainly disapprove of me, casting such aspersions, such aspersions. Is that a real word? A lot of magic, as you well know, requires the the specific use of language. So perhaps in my summoning of this pumpkin and my wood sounds, my request was lost on the magical fire. The magical fire brought me a fire-hardened pumpkin on wood instead of a real-life fresh pumpkin. Perhaps that is where I went wrong. I think perhaps that is true. I think perhaps that is true, perhaps. I have I asked the wrong request of the magic, and the magic gave me what it thought I wanted. I need to be more specific next time, perhaps. Which pumpkin do you like better? The artistic classic image and effigy of a pumpkin that has been magicked into this here piece of wood. I believe it is not fence post. Fence paling, fence paling. I believe it is not fence paling. Do you prefer it? Or do you prefer the store-bought pumpkin? The last pumpkin in the store. He was a butternut pumpkin from the store, or a hellfire pumpkin from the magic realm. Which one would you prefer? Let us play a little bit more with the store-bought pumpkin. Maybe we can make it into something amazing by tapping harder and faster. What do you think? Actual pumpkin sound, although store-bought, not homegrown, not even home magicked. Which do you prefer? Perhaps you do not prefer the real pumpkin, nor the hellfire pumpkin, but the mask itself of the magic face pumpkins. Now I hear you asking, what astounding magic would you have used? What astounding magic have you used for those pumpkins on your face? You've grown them from the flesh of your very own being. No, I assure you, dear, it is just eyeliner. Really nice eyeliner, but eyeliner nonetheless. And because I am a fool and I have no boundaries, as a wizard that is, I have indeed magicked the orange onto my face with an item, a magic wand of sorts, if you will, an orange alcohol marker. Good luck getting that off later. I like the pumpkin sounds and how they differ. There is some merit in the store-bought pumpkin, I suppose. I do enjoy a butternut squash. Is this a pumpkin? Or is this a pumpkin adjacent? I believe they're a butternut pumpkin, but perhaps they are a butternut squash. Is this a squash or a pumpkin? Who would know? If you do, leave me some magical words in the will see it, yes. Somebody asked the god that starts with G. I believe all hail the magical Google. All hail the magical Google. The god of magic. You can learn any magical skill from Google. Here's our magical mentor. There is a word here that I'm trying to remember, but it escapes me. It means all-wise knowing one. Oracle, 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 oracle. The Google oracle. The Google oracle. The Google oracle. Fuck. The Google oracle. You can learn all sorts of magic tricks and wonderful wisdom and knowledge. If only you know what questions to ask. Do you think that the butternut pumpkin would make a nice sound if lightly tapped with my wizard staff? Get your mind out of the gutter. This magical wizard staff out here. Or will it maybe? Oh, that does not seem safe, does it? Seems loud. I don't want to hurt the pumpkin any more than it is already hurt. Until, of course, I want to bake it and eat it. I wish very much to eat this pumpkin. I wish it was baked now. It wouldn't make anywhere near enough sounds if it were already squishy. If it were already a squashed pumpkin, a squishy squashed pumpkin. You see, one such as magical as I, with my cape and my staff and my pumpkin face, does not need eyeglasses. I can see perfectly fine. That's why I haven't once bumped the microphone this entire time. The sound capturing device. My enhanced skill from being a wizard. As I am, definitely, yes, definitely. You can attest for that. You have seen my magical pumpkin. My magical pumpkin that was summoned magically from the pits of hell itself. I'm most glad I did not have to go retrieve it myself. That would have been a very long journey indeed. I do not like traversing the depths of hell. There's a lot of despair down there. It is not a fun place. But sometimes it must be done. But luckily not for a pumpkin. But perhaps had I done it, I would have gotten a real pumpkin. A real pumpkin, and not one of these wooden tariffs. I would have had to pay a tariff. Effigy. Why do I always forget words like that? There's so much information in my brain, you see, that little bits of information, they just wander in and out. I never at any point know what I might know. It is a surprise to me. As I imagine it is a surprise to you that I do not know such things that I knew moments ago. Not once have I hit that microphone. Not once in my 500 years of life. My 500, roughly, I can't remember, maybe 700 years of magical existence. You'd think I'd grow myself some better eyebrows. They should be bigger, darker, bushier. But no. Perhaps my skills will lead up to a point in which I can have truly magnificent eyebrows. We shall possess this pumpkin. This pumpkin, this hellfire magical pumpkin, this one. If you wish to possess it, it will soon be up for sale on that magical web of lies at spantopia.com. For goodness sake, what kind of wizard do you think you are? What kind of wizard do you think you are? What kind of wizard? I already explained this. I am an ancient nature wizard from the forest. I just got distracted by the strangest scene. I believe the hill forest at the back of the property is snowing, or at least sleeting or raining. It is very pretty, but the poor nomads that have wandered up to the huts this afternoon will be quite drenched. I wonder if they will find any wild pumpkins growing in a pumpkin patch in the forest. Indeed they will not. It is the wrong time of year, and the wrong country, and it is not a plant that just exists by itself. It must be summoned, it must be planted, it must be gardened. Now, the hardest part, as we have observed earlier, as mentioned earlier, the hardest part of summoning a wizard such as myself, an inner demon wizard, is of course getting rid of her. How do you make me go away? I am here. I am wizard, hear me roar. No, so, what you have to do is, I'm a bit tired, I'd like to go back to my restful slumber deep within. Yes, it takes a lot of effort to summon a pumpkin, and it didn't even turn out that well. I'm a bit embarrassed, ashamed. I was hoping for one of those, those big pumpkins, those massive, like the screen would just go orange, you wouldn't be able to see anything because of the pumpkin in the way. But nevertheless, we got a pumpkin of sorts. So to get rid of we must first take a selfie, because that really is what captures and takes away the wizard. The wizard gets really quite lost once the selfie is taken, Pretty, look pretty. Right. Now that we have the pumpkin, the wizard's soul encapsulated back into the suppressed back into the span body, we can take off the cape, because it'll just encourage Spinard to come back. So, what we must do now is remove the pumpkins from the face, because I don't normally have a pumpkin face. You may not have noticed this earlier, but the pumpkins are additions that the wizard brought on. So I think I should try and rub them out. Alright. What I have here is a eye makeup remover, but what I have here is an unremovable pumpkin. Yes, I don't know how we're going to do this either. I'm going to use some of this water to wet, just a little bit. Get rid of the interference. Yes, no one wants any of that. Right, and now we're just going to. Oh, it came off easy. Look at that. Getting rid of a pumpkin wizard. Isn't that hard after all? most makeup you might ever see me wear. Okay, alright, okay. Well, that was a pumpkin adventure. I hope that you enjoyed that. I hope that you enjoyed that pumpkin adventure. That pumpkin tapping adventure. I hope you enjoyed it. That's better. I can see now. It's been a weird filming experience. I hope you enjoyed that pumpkin tapping adventure. Let me know what you thought. I was trying to be spoopy. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. This seems like a very unrelaxing video to me, but we'll see how we go. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what you thought of Spantopia the wizard. Also, I realized, do you like spoopy Halloween themed things? Because I don't really do Halloween. She says, having been to a Halloween party every year for the last 7 years, but I attend, I don't celebrate it as such. But if you enjoy this video, or you want to see more dress-ups, because although I had a wizard staff and a cape, I've got other costumes and wigs and whatnot, but I'm not sure I will be able to create characters, but we'll see. Do you like roleplay? Everybody seems to like roleplay. I do. I didn't think I did, but then I watched Whisper Wind and loved it a lot. I like the things Goodnight Moon does as well, but yeah, I wasn't into it, and then now I am into it, and I'm like, maybe I could do that. So this was my very first toe dip adventure into, I guess, a sort of roleplay, into a weird, spoopy video. I just wanted to do something a little bit different because, really, what is this? This is the lamest pumpkin I've ever seen in my life, and I was like, how am I gonna make a cool video out of this? And then when Link's ASMR said that we could use like images of pumpkins, I was like, I know exactly what I'm gonna do. And then I was like, how do I make it spoopy? And then I'm like, a costume. I was originally gonna go for like a spider witch because I knew I had that costume, but I didn't have it here. So that costume is back at the apartment. So I had to make do with what I had, and this way we got more pumpkins and less spiders, so that's always a plus, right?